Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty.
In 1867, newly freed slaves built this building, the Beach Institute, a school on the corner of Price and Harris Streets.
It represented a concerted effort to provide education for African Americans here in Savannah. First school built.
And that's important, to be on that site and carrying on the legacy that started with the end of slavery. It communicates that African Americans have been an integral part of this community since its founding.
And if you don't know your history, you really don't know who you are.
The building had been abandoned through the middle of the 20th century when W.W. Law convinced SCAD to buy it, renovate it, and then deed it to the King Tisdale Foundation.
He walked up to me and he said, "Sugar, I think I'm going to ask you to introduce me today."
Dr. Annette Brock was at Mr. Law's side.
She recognized a long time ago the value of preserving African American history in this community.
We would finish dinner, do whatever chores needed to be done here, and we would get in the car and drive down to Beach Institute. So for years I've joked that that really is the third child in our family.
Though she is and has been the chair of the Beach Institute, Dr. Brock didn't approach the job as supervisor.
Not ceremonially, but to roll up your sleeves and really do the work.
She inspired that commitment in others.
The garden level now we think is beautiful. It was a mess. And one day the entire board just came over with mops and brooms, and we stayed down in the basement all day trying to get it clean and straight. It was a labor of love.
Now, 16 years removed from Mr. Law's passing, Beach Institute remains a vibrant part of downtown Savannah.
Dr. Brock is that living catalog of what he wanted to do.
Beach Institute is Dr. Annette Kennedy Brock.
People working together, that's what gets things done in this world. People committed to similar goals and trying to do right.
That way of thinking took hold in Annette Brock on West 39th Street.
My grandmother and my great-grandmother and the Winbushes, they all were that block on 39th Street.
Our neighborhoods were very strong and tightly knit neighborhoods.
A lot of what she was as a child has transformed into her as an adult. She was always ladylike. She always had class.
When she was around, she just exuded a certain kind of sophistication.
Her dad sold insurance by day and waited tables at the DeSoto by night.
We saw him on the run, like strangers passing in the night.
7 o'clock, time to leave, right now.
Her mom worked for River Street legend Captain Sam Stevens, which gave her and her brother the run of the waterfront, but never far from her mom's watchful eye.
I thought I was just extra special coming up because my family had me thinking that I was.
Dr. Brock came of age during the Civil Rights Movement.
I sat in at Crest, I sat in at Woolworths, picketed leavers, that whole azalea room thing.
But even at that tumultuous moment, priorities were always maintained.
I had a mother who truly did not play when it came to me being in my classes. I never skipped a class at Savannah State. I was afraid to.
But while she couldn't be on the picket lines every day, Dr. Brock could and did use her unique bridge-building skills in the cause.
Sometimes the more militant people just make other people shut down. And Dr. Brock finds a way to make you feel respected.
Her organizational skills, her guidance, her leadership did a lot. All of us were involved one way or the other. There were people like Dr. Johnson who were out, and Edna Jackson more on the firing line. But she was there. You knew of her presence.
Her mom's insistence on education paid off as she pocketed degrees from Savannah State, Duke, and the University of South Carolina. With each degree, she returned to Savannah to teach, spending her public school years at Beach High School, where her husband Otis Jr. would begin his own meteoric rise.
I have to talk about Big Otis, or Big Brock. Otis Brock has written a couple of pages in the history of public education in this community too.
Following 8 years in the public schools, she joined Savannah State University for another 33. First as teacher, then department head, and ultimately acting president.
The Alumni Association got rejuvenated and started giving more money. I think it was during that time when enrollment started to really turn around.
She's so charming and so likable that you just can't help to get involved. And that's what we ended up doing. And it started off with raising funds for Hill Hall, which is this iconic building on the campus of Savannah State. And then it morphed into sports medicine programs and mentoring programs for the students and rotations at St. Joseph's and Candler.
Zuri. Zoe. Elijah.
Today, most of her educational energy goes to these three, the children of Nayla and her son Otis III, who passed away suddenly 6 years ago. Otis's death rocked the community as few such events have.
Only a few people in Savannah knew what he meant to Savannah. We will now know what he meant to Savannah.
But whether by nature or design, Dr. Brock just kept on teaching.
And as I was watching her, her composure and her poise and her dignity during what was an unbearable time, and she said that what got her through that was her faith.
2, 1.
Otis III was immortalized in the most fitting way in 2013 when the former Bartow Elementary took his name.
Otis is here. He's humble, but he's happy. He's happy that this school, this location was selected.
The faith and joy that animated that moment spring from Dr. Annette Kennedy Brock and the beliefs honed at Mount Zion Baptist Church that are her very essence.
What I want people to know about Annette Brock is that she absolutely trusts God, and she does not try to solve anything by herself. And because of that, I have enjoyed a wonderful life.
Dr. Annette Brock is a laureate in the Junior Achievement Savannah Business Hall of Fame. Would you hurry, please? Thank you. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, they get it. But the earth, after its kind,